Let's move on to BYU.
Get to the beast.
Anyone notable? I don't think so.
Let's talk about AJ.
AJ Dybantsa, 6'9" wing forward, potential first overall pick. Almost certainly a first round pick. That'd be surprising. Where do you want to go with AJ?
I don't know. We don't have to go too deep because we're going to be talking about AJ probably for the next 6 months, every bit we can. Part of the year where I'm starting to wonder if I'm overthinking, because I had Boozer 1, Peterson 2, AJ 3, and I weirdly hated putting him at 3. I wanted to do like 1A, 1B, 1C. I really like AJ. I think watching him against Nate Ament really got in my head because I was like, oh man, the defense is psycho level.
What I've been saying.
I know. So I'm really pumped to see what he does this year. You know what I'm rooting for is I think we've just been hyping him up forever, and I want him to just be like a madman right out of the gate. Just like
I want to see junior year of high school AJ.
Yeah. If you get that, if I get junior year of high school AJ, my board's gonna change fast. And I don't like to change my top 3 usually ever. I like to be really, really stubborn with that because those are the guys I watch the most because I'm obsessing, and I'm also the most patient with those. But like AJ, if I could see the switch, I'll be all in because that's the most dangerous upside in a good way.
Yeah.
That is a very scary player.
Yeah. Like my biggest gripe with him has been the shooting struggles and him never being a prolific shooter. But that's like, all right, well, he's in high school. He's getting double and triple teamed a lot. He's taking some of the most difficult shots of any high schooler in the world right now. And he's taking a lot of them. Even if it just gets to like league average, now we're combining it with the playmaking stuff and the rim pressure and the foul drawing and the defense and the rebounding. It's going to be fine. Like, and I just kind of have to keep reminding myself of that, of like, stop overthinking this. And I think he's going to be one of these guys where it's going to be really easy to pick a lot of his stuff to death of like, oh, but he didn't do this. And he turned into a little bit too much of a shot chucker here and there. It's like, he's also doing stuff that no one else in this draft class can and will, or even thinks about. So I have him at 2. I still have him behind Darren, but like you were saying, it's like a 1A, 1B, 1C type of thing.
Yeah, the shot's really big for me this year with him because I just saw him 2 days of practices back to back where I was like, he's by himself in shooting drills and couldn't make anything. I was like, what? This is so strange. And line drives and everything. So he's a high schooler. He's gonna figure it out. We'll wait and see. I'm not too worried about AJ. The talent's just undeniable. It's awesome. What else you got?
Let's talk about Robert Wright.
Let's talk about
the third. Transferring in from Baylor, freshman point guard. He's fun. Really shifty, really fun playmaker. Shooting needs a lot of work. Scoring efficiency needs a lot of work. Effective field goal of just 45.3 last year. True shooting percentage of 50, but an assist rate of 27. Turnover rate of 17.7. I think it's going to be I think he's going to be a really good fit for this more pro style BYU offense, facilitating for AJ and Richie Saunders and even a guy like Kiba Keita. I think Robert Wright was a huge get for BYU.
It was one of those ones I would not overlook this year. I think this one could really blossom. I know he's a little undersized. He's listed
like 6'1" or
6'1", 183 is what ESPN had him last year, but he had some big generous. Yeah, it might be generous. He had some big boy games last year, Metcalf. 22 against UConn, and then he had 22 and 24 in back-to-back games at BYU and versus Kansas. 6 assists in both of those games. Really talented playmaker. one of those guys. I think every time you watch him, you find another level of appreciation for his game. Sort of spinning a hot take right now. Like, what if we're buzzing about him like we were Todd Pettiford last year?
He's got to shoot it like Todd.
He's got to shoot it like Todd, but I also think the playmaking's really good with Robert Wright. I also just feel like he's one of those guys you watch and you're like, oh, this dude can just make an impact without, putting up big numbers. So I think he's one of my favorite transfer gets.
Yeah.
When BYU got him, I was like, to get him for AJ and that team is huge. And we're going to talk about Richie Saunders, but like that's a legit trio right there.
Yeah.
It's a legit, really good trio that could carry you a long way.
Speaking of Richie.
Yeah.
Any chance that he's an actual NBA guy?
Yes.
Because last year his shooting and scoring numbers were bonkers. Effective field goal rate, 61.9, true shooting of 65.1, 10.4 threes per 100 at 43.2%. Not bad.
I went to scout Arizona BYU in Tucson to watch Carter Bryant, Jaeger. I left that game jaw dropped about Richie Saunders. I said, Richie Saunders, he's probably not going this year, but like I have to have him firmly on the radar for next year. Because one, you're always looking for the specialists. He can shoot the crap out of it. He can get red hot in a hurry. But I said this last year, his pre-game routine was I've been watching guys in the NBA for years. It was one of the most impressive because he was pouring sweat. Everything was like 100 miles an hour, game rep, detailed shots he was getting in the game. I was like, this is very, very impressive. He's got an NBA body. It's in person. It's way more like muscle and stocky than you think. I think he could be an NBA guy for sure. A couple things need to get improved this year. I think he just needs to get a little bit of like in between game. And you know what I'm trying to say? Like when you're trying to get away from being just only a specialist. But he battles, he plays hard. I absolutely think so. He's either going to be a second round flyer that really could land with a perfect team, or his game takes another step this year. And I don't know, maybe we're talking about him as like a sneaky end of the first round guy. If BYU has a perfect lengthy run and he's on fire, you never know, Metcalf. But those numbers are impressive.
Yeah.
And, it's not like he's like, an undersized 2. Like he's got good size. He's got good strength, plays tough as nails.
And he's only going to have more eyes on him this year.
Yeah.
Anything else with BYU?
Yeah. Canard Davis,
I
think is has a chance to be one of the best transfers in this conference.
I love that.
If you haven't watched enough of him, Metcalf, I think if BYU is going to have a shot at making a real run of this, it's going to be because of Canard Davis. He's like, he's going to be their Lou Dort.
Okay.
He's just like possessed defensive maniac. Plays really, really tough. He's coming from Southern Illinois. I think it's a really important, he's not going to put up the biggest numbers ever, but he's probably going to be him and AJ could be the Bash brothers on defense, just raining hell. So I think that's one to keep an eye on.